is my favorite color. I like pink as well, but this one tunes out and blends with any dress I wear. Kind of like beige, a darker shade of beige. Um, so how a man sees you has a lot to do with how they imagine you to be, with them. And if someone, I have no such rule book that I will only sing with people who have kissed me in their projections or who have imagined me in a more intimate settings or have desired me. I have no such rule book. But yeah, I have seen that men who have, you know, have projected some sort of eating my lips and all of those things. They have seen a very wild side of me, and that's why they project that onto their empty moments when they are feeling like I'm not walking with them or not sharing any kind of dream or karma with them. That's what they project out there, and it has nothing to do with my empty moments because I am fully capable of living on my own. And after a point, it doesn't matter how they are building you. It's just constant wild attack, and they don't apologize or something. They don't want to know the truth about something. They just want to project something without knowing the truth, and it's like there is no reason, there's no logic, there is no substance in whatever they do. Like, you're not leading your life meaningfully when you're trying to attack someone who is trying to build up a personal confidence. And confidence is being like a confidant. If you have to build your personal confidence, you need to be the secret keeper to a lot of confidence. And if you betray your confidence, then you have nothing substantial to offer. And it doesn't matter what they are saying because the truth doesn't live in their tongue. Because when your whole identity is based on discrediting and tearing someone down, these are the same people who have not put 1 cent of effort into anything, especially not in the projects that they criticize. They've not built anything from scratch, and they have all the credentials suddenly appearing to criticize someone who has built themselves from scratch, who has their own personal um, thing, not a vendetta, not something to complain about. They have their own personal talent, their own personal skills, own personal beliefs. What do you call it? Values, integrity, morals, creations, drawings, um, targets, missions, goals, aspirations, inspirations, um, integrations, marks. So let's just say that I scored very well at a high esteemed institution, and suddenly someone from the crowd, someone from the public sees me in a certain way that this person is so um, you know easygoing, and this person can do that, I can do that too. And suddenly they seem the say share code, but their personal aspirations are trash. It's to discredit someone, or it's to criticize everyone that has come from something faithful or something that is substantial. and this person just came, joined the institute or organization just to uh, criticize it afterwards or expose it after a period. So it's the organization's duty to never give vile people access to its main subjects. So anyone can wake up from any trashy thing and join you and share the same score, so they can feel better about themselves and tear you down. It's not the space of friendliness, and it's not the space of colleague uh, or duty, sacred duty, or sharing dreams or anything like that. These are the same people that criticize you the most, that have no effort in anything. And even if they achieve more than you, they will never be satisfied. They have to constantly look for errors in your ways rather than their own. And living through my body, you cannot do. You cannot possess my body, nor can you possess my soul. So whatever I have to experience through my body, my voice, my brain, my heart, my gallbladder, my organs, my kidney, my lungs. Uh, every moment I'm deeply focused on self-indulgent activities, and I don't tear someone else's confidence down or criticize their diet, body shape, or how dull they look, or you need to sharpen your features, you need to do makeup, you need to go for a makeover, you have to train yourself in digital marketing. Why are you so focused on me? Develop your own skills, no? You don't have that much confidence in your abilities that you can do it yourself. You have to constantly bark at somebody else because you see their life as so empty, and they have not asked for your contribution in their life in any way. So what is this personal vendetta about? You don't promote my work, you don't promote my original work, you just create a channel out of nowhere to constantly bark at me as a background noise. You don't come at me, the original, to talk or collaborate. If you have some problem with me, you can collaborate and clear your misunderstandings. That's not what you want, right? You don't want to clear the misunderstandings. You don't want to collaborate. You don't want to contribute anything to someone's life. You just want to look at them through a distance and keep dragging them in through the mud, and dimming their shine, dulling their faith, dulling their glow, constantly criticize them, constantly discredit them, constantly make vile remarks about them. Why? Because they have worn clothes like you, or done things that you have done. What's this big ego about that you cannot, um, you know, build personal confidence, or constantly have to criticize someone's work, or side eye them? It's just um, it's not working on me, but psychologically it's very abusive. People like overuse their brain, and they don't even have the capacity to do that. They don't even have that kind of brain capacity to criticize you that much, because they're so slow. See the larger picture. You just go just one way about thing, and that's the way they understand it. I don't see how it will affect how many people. They just understand creating avatars and clones and constantly distracting someone from some fruitful work. Constantly, these are the type of people who harass people day in and day out, who have no job and no brain activity going, who have no, uh, you know, probably they have lost their ability to serve the light in them. So they have to. I see their sneaky ways, and what happens when you're doing good in mainstream, and these people create sneaky pathways to shine, and you hijack those sneaky pathways and you shine there also. It's like a big checkmate, and um, rather than learning from you, they cover themselves in sweet venom. Like, I don't want to be wearing that sweet coverings that let's share a dream, let's grow from here. I'm like a very black and white person. If that reveals some snakes and sweet venomous people who are actually thriving off of your work without contributing anything to your life, taking from the sidelines and living on deception, I will not excuse any of them who have thought that they got away with taking me from sidelines. Very like, people can confuse that as some bitter person, or project some vile thoughts onto you. Like, you need to sharpen your books and body shame you, or face shame you, like your space is expanding too much and you need to wear a mask, or you need to do this or that or this or that. Dye your hair. We will restrict your freedom behind the scenes, that you need to dye your hair, color your, uh, what do you call it, white hair, gray hair, with black hair, or henna, or I mean, near free sell with those mixtures, that hair mixtures. You need to do this or that or this, or change this about you, edit your personality so it suits our taste. And I will never be accommodated in such areas. I will forever live like the on the sidelines, because when you defeat them in a mainstream way, they build sneaky links, and when you checkmate them in the sneaky links and you shine, because you suddenly see them, because those sneaky links were designed so that the mainstream people cannot see them, and the minute you see them and you shine there also, it's like they have nowhere to go but to come crawling back. And it's not narcissistic as such that I desire that, but it's like, yeah, few people are like, give up this sweet innocent charm that let's share our dream. Why do you have to be so bitter all the time? Let's share a space, and like this glittery greeting card gift shop, like that star quality, sparkly quality, um, that a pink greeting card. But I'm more red and white person, like solidifying an image, and solidarity. I believe in that. I have the faith in strength of character and not just personality. No, the sprinkly personality, the cupcake design, stars, and glittery, pink, shiny. Um, let's go to a gift shop and buy some shiny um, greeting cards and share a coffee cup and coffee mug. And it's like, sweet and charming, but there's no substance behind the scenes. Like if you live as the authentic you, you will soon start to see through them. That upper peak strength. Because internally, and the minute you start to see through them, they they get their powers away. They're like, it's not working on her, and their true size start to come out. We cannot manipulate her, so we can manipulate her image from a distance. We can make the surrounding world very unsafe for her to be authentic and true. And but yeah, those masks eventually crack away, and those close to you who start to doubt you first, criticize your personality and your social charm and all, that they think that you don't have any charm, surface charm, surface quality to attract strangers to you. Suddenly they eventually they realize that you are authentic and your true strength of character gives away, that you were right all along, because it's a long array of deception that these people's sweet charming personalities are causing. Yeah. And I'm not that painting element that will fade into the background just because few blows or kisses um, try to muddy people's perception about me. I'm not that kind of a surface person, because since childhood I've seen the crux of the situation. I've seen the long game. I've seen the deceptions. I've seen the truth and how they keep continue lying and lying and lying and lying and dragging it when they could just speak the truth, but they keep the fake charm going. And in a docile environment, they can survive only. In a friendly environment, they can only survive. But I'm ready for the hostile environment, because few people need that kind of a hostility to survive, the strength of character. And yeah, those vile attempts to tear up my image right from the beginning, crack it up. Uh, yeah, when the truth is on my side, I don't need to fear anything. No blowback, no hit per hit. Um, feels like they're targeting cockroaches in my soul. And each time they hit some aspect of me, like bunch of cockroaches get released. And these people don't want to make it right with me. They want to see me naked on screen, dealing with cockroaches. They want my worst side to come out. Always screaming at someone, always yelling, always fighting the life force, and always, using slang words, my body language to be abusive as well. Like they want my tones fearful of my environment. I don't know. I never know who it comes to my life with which direction. Who comes to my life with which intention. Um, I'm always fearful of other people's intentions for me. Who has been sold to the dark side around me? Is my sibling totally trustable, or they have bought their main interests, what do you call it, personal interests, like hobbies, painting, giving them sketch pens and gifts and cards and just glittery, shiny elements. And yeah, when I see the larger picture, things could have been easier for me if I was a little more friendlier, a little more sweeter. If I carried those sweet gestures with me. But I'll not survive for long like that because I have my Mars and Pluto both in Scorpio. Mars and Pluto rule Scorpio, and those both are in Scorpio in my natal chart. And another aspect is Jupiter rules Sagittarius, and Jupiter is in Sagittarius in my chart. Venus rules Libra and Taurus, and Venus is in Libra. Um, so a lot of main planets that rule the signs are in those signs also. Those signs like what do you call Uranus, Pisces, Saturn, Aquarius Moon, Capricorn, Uranus, Neptune. Yeah, so August to September, we'll be focusing on our creative skills more, writing some blogs and focusing on some blogs and getting more creative with it. And I might join a university, a very famous university, and my brother will join with me. Um, that's a big surprise. We were discussing it, and it will give us a very solid proof of our existence and our identity and digital presence also. So you know that all those digital abuse and digital marketing frauds, also all those scummy videos on links didn't serve anyone because the truth will come out in time, and I will build up strong digital presence also. Uh, that will give away that abuse. I didn't mean, I mean, it was for nothing. Anyways, so yeah, men who fear that you will awake the same wildness with other men that they have experienced with you very real time, and their thoughts or imagination or projections. These are the same people who carry out that message from their inner world to the outer world, external world, that you are this man eater, and that you carry a lot of venom with you wherever you go, and you like that with every other man, like all the shy guys are dying um, in your vision, as if as if no man has any other vision other than yours with me to share with me. So it's like, yeah, I prefer original work and original substance. So I do not share dreams. And those who carry this kind of a belief that we can share dreams to keep things sweet and acquaintance level, um, that's a brain killer. That's a skill set that will get you into the pyramid schemes for brain dead people. And I'm a constant air sign: Libra Sun, Mercury, Venus, um, and Aquarius Moon. two air placements. What is the third? Air sign Gemini. Gemini Lilith. There are three main placements there. And not three. Libra has a stellium. Sun, Venus, Mercury. And few other asteroids. Probably Ceres. Yeah. Anyways, so I'm a I cannot survive in a brain dead activity circle. So I'm not that kind of a acquaintance level. Let's share a dream. Let's share a project. Let's um, we can both can have the same kind of objectives. It's not that simple for me. I will pretty much rebel that activity. That's why I do not fit into crowd so easily. And I cannot take it well when, yeah, that's one of my triggers. I cannot take it well when someone tries to clone my image or my name, my phone, the way I think, my patterns, my routines, my uh, actions, reactions, habits, eating habits, and diet, favorites, cooks, whatever likes and dislikes I have, like in beverages, and I don't like it when someone tries to copy that or clone that. So I have to assert myself whenever my boundaries are being crossed in a, yeah, even if it's in their own world, even if they do not directly contact me to know my whereabouts, try to emotionally find me through a means of their ego and the lens of their ego. So these people have not learned to deal with the real consequences and the real people, um, and reach out to them. Like they have to cower and bully. Or remotely control your viewpoint of the world, or remotely cast fears into your life. Have control issues. Can't function without you knowing that they are controlling you remotely. So these are really controlling people. You can live beyond their trust, you know. One can easily live beyond their trust. If they do not understand you, they do not understand you, and they do not have to. So the lack of response makes them make a lot of things up, make a lot of communication gap on their own. They're just filling out content that you have left empty on their pages, on their books with you, and they're just filling out your content without your permission, and even sticking your pictures and giving it a different kind of look, emotional look. So I have to tap into each of those activities because I'm not irresponsible person. It's very irresponsible when you do not correct someone's perception about you and let them live in their own delusions. So I have to tap into all of those looks that they have tried to cast onto me in their personal journal. Probably they have taken a photo of me and stuck it into their journal and then wrote a different kind of perception or narrative pertaining to my relationship with them. And how many people who do not even know me and have my number have done that? And am I responsible for each of them? Probably not. But when it starts to affect my image, it's my responsibility to correct their perception about me. And that's when they start to throw drama my way, throw candles my way, that go away, let me live in my delusion about you. And it's like, you cannot live in your personal delusions about me. Because if my brother is drawing something in his free time and I look at him from distance and I make up my own story about it, that is not very universally responsive or um, clarifying. So, in order to clarify your perception, I have to clear some uh, doubts that you may have um, about me, and how many lies of filters of perceptions, how many filters of perceptions are complete outrageous lies about me. Not only mere doubts that you could not clear away. It's like, how many lies have you told yourself? That's the main thing, just to gratify your ego or satisfy your ego. How many lies about me you tell yourself day to day? So I have to keep, I'm not replacing you, I'm not hijacking your personality, I'm just clarifying my position in your doubts, in your perception, in your self perception. I'm not saying that look at yourself in a delusional way. No, I'm saying that in your self perception, the kind of perception that you have fucked up about me or confused about me, those need to clear away. Just to, make space and make room for something better to come through me or by another means. As people think that they can easily replace me, and they are just carrying doubts like venom in their chest, and their organs are failing. And they think they can easily replace the original. After following their footprints, um, after following in on their left behind, what do you call it? Footsteps. Yeah. After following on their footsteps, I think we can easily replace the original. Not even if you replace them yourself, or you bring other people to replace them in your life. It's like cheap knockout version. It's like trash talking. And how many cheap people have my name in their mouth that they do not deserve in on their tongue? How many cheap people? How many lies they tell themselves on a regular basis about me? It's like it designs wild realities that need upgradation constantly from my side. That's why my social presence has to be, what do you call it, force fed. Just like they try to force feed me their content, their vile content, their vile attacks, their vile spite. Um, as if my life depended on witnessing their spite and pride. As if my life couldn't survive without um, force feeding their spite down my throat. I do not need to know how spiteful these people are. So they need to work on themselves. That's not my problem. I'm not their guide. I'm not their principal. I'm not their wise counsel. And if I was, probably their life would be much, much better. I think they are untouchable, high or almighty, that they can control someone's life remotely, their image remotely, control their fears and personal aspirations, give them a readout, redirect their purpose, and snatch away their, what do you call it, peace, first and foremost. Because snatching someone's idea, their identity, their personality, their clothes, is something forgivable. But when you snatch someone's peace, your only criteria in life becomes constantly provoking them. And that's a painful addiction that you've developed. It's not an author or a channel, what do you call it, head, channel head, giving you the permission to be so vile. Mhm. It's your own pain screaming out. You're showing me how painful it is to stay with you, that you have to become someone's grandmother, passed on grandmother, that you have to pose as a fraud, that you have to live in someone else's image, borrow someone else's light. How long could you survive in borrowed light, borrowed truth, borrowed original content, borrowed um, peace? So, yeah, you're giving away your personal values. Even after being exposed in such a large scale, still you do not want to come out right. You still keep going in that same direction. That tells me how cheap your personal values are, integrity is. How cheap. Could be sold so easily that you do not like yourself or who you are. How painful it could be to live in your skin. How painful it could be to admit your wrongs and stay with you through the processes, to clear away your perceptions about somebody when they step makes you go further into denial that I was so wrong, that I am so not talented at making things up, that I am so incapable of sitting with my own emotions, that I have to put someone else through the pain of seeing it before I see it. Anyways, good night. Sweet words.